I didn't hit play.
You didn't on the stream thing.
I did now.
I don't know if we're actually muted during that. I'm curious because mine didn't say mute. Okay.
Oh, well, mine said you have been muted. So
I did
like
not.
not in that voice, but yeah,
That'd be kind of ominous if it did.
it would be.
Oh, one thing about this, I can't tell if anyone's watching. There's not a little like.
It says 3 viewers right now. Which
I figured someone was here. But
our WIP Wednesday is at a drastically different time, so I don't know what chat's gonna look like. But well, somebody did. I asked if the intro is too loud in a poll, and somebody voted no. So
no, I turned it down. Like turned my computer down, and then turned it back up again when you started to speak. But
I only asked because the way it's currently set up, I have no control over the volume. But I can switch it to a different setup to where I have all control over the volume. So,
okay.
But it just doesn't fade out. So, hey yo,
Hi
people.
Hi,
Oh, that's where my announcements go. Y'all are going up here. Oh, it's gonna go. Oh no, I don't know if we can keep it like that.
Why?
Because the newest comments are gonna go on top.
Yeah, I noticed that in the side. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be new and different, but it's fine. We're adaptable. Probably.
On the side, the new ones are on the bottom for me anyway. So
really,
yeah.
Hey, I was right.
I can't click them from the overlay. It was just a tiny bit. It was just a tiny bit loud, but like CB said, I can just turn the volume down. That's fair.
And just really catch people's attention.
Well, we will see what the poll says at the end of it. Hi, yes. WIP Wednesday is back. Also switching to a different streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't think I need we don't need the homework in the today's focus anymore.
Oh my god.
I don't want to go change it. That's a different Wednesday Sam problem. You know what? No, I'm leaving it. We have a lot of college peoples now.
We do. Actually, most of my college level pupils have graduated. But we have Tina's in college.
Yeah.
Bella's in college. Yeah, I can't think of anyone else.
Okay. I think I remembered I'm in a group with a lot of like people who went back to college and they're not this group. So I'm explaining.
No, we're educated.
Look, I had got my sleep schedule fixed and then my brain went, no, the children are on a 2-hour delay. And instead of just going to bed at the right time, it's like, what if you fuck up and they miss their bus and all this? Which the answer is I just drive them to school because I have a car. But
there's an answer to this.
So I ended up just listening to Brissinger while I colored on my phone. I'm almost done with the book now. I've got like 2 hours left, I think. Which is good because it's due tomorrow.
Oh, that is good. Oh, Bella's not in college anymore either.
I'm doing some video editing, which is homework I gave myself so I can still work. Also not in college anymore. Oh, yes, very quickly. So I will be working. I'm switching from Save Her Soul to Not For Her, which Not For Her is going to be a new short for my website.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote it years ago.
It's one of the first things I read that you wrote.
Yeah. I'm going to go back. I had lots of ideas over the break, like things that I want to change about it. And now I'm going to stare into space as I remember what they were.
Nice.
Help me. Yep. All right, now we must go.
Yo, big summer blowout.
Big summer blowout. Due to the fact I had to do some I say emergencies, but I don't want anybody to freak out. It's not an emergency. I just had to do like unplanned momming.
Pop-up momming.
Yeah, pop-up momming. That's a good idea. I'll have to do some pop-up momming that may actually require quite a bit of my attention throughout the night. No. So I messaged CB, and we will be moving WIP Wednesday to between 12 and 3.
CST.
Yes.
Which means it's 10 to 1 PST and 1 to 4 EST.
Yeah, which is almost the same.
People in the mountains, they don't get to know.
But yeah, that will essentially, that will almost be what it used to be. But I did remember that, like, part of the reason I had WIP Wednesdays during the school day in the first place was so that I would be undisturbed. And I'm like, and Chris doesn't really wake up before 3 anyway. So.
And I can drag myself out of bed before noon.
Yes.
So I had an interview today. Sam knows this, but so I was going to sleep at like 12:30 last night, and I was like, oh, my anxiety's gonna spike, like, about potentially sleeping through my interview, even if it's in over 12 hours. So I set an alarm for noon. I was like, okay, that'll be like my kick to, like, oh, go shower, go get ready for the day, for whatever else I was doing. And then I woke up at 7:30, and then I woke up at 9:30 to one of my roommates using the blender. Which everything was like 9:45, which is fine, but I also want to be like, hey, not a fun thing. I literally like grabbed a pillow and was like, and then I woke up at noon when my alarm went off, and I was like, oh, I'm really glad I set that alarm now. But yeah, so I need to refix my sleep schedule. I got like 11 and a half hours of sleep, but
I feel you.
Sleeping 10 hours I'm okay with, but after that it starts getting concerning. Or then it gets most of the day is gone.
Yeah, I fucking hate sleeping that long, you know me.
Yes.
What I did get done, I got about a page in total of what I'm doing is I'm first doing like revisions just to kind of update it with my current self-revising skill set.
Yeah.
And then like the old thing said, when Jamie finds a surprise blocking his coffee beans, he has to decide between ignoring his past or letting someone else repeat it. And I was like, no, I already know a better way to do that. And I put, when Jamie discovers a surprise blocking the coffee cans, he must decide between burying his past or letting someone relive it. And I sent that to Fox, and he was like, it is better. But he's like, but I still think you can do better. And I was like, no, you're not allowed to critique yet. You're just privy to that. You just get another
No, it's not time for you.
Yes, this is not your turn yet. But yeah, so I'm going to do just a round of revisions too. Well, I'm like, this round of revisions, I'm both improving things and sort of slightly shifting the genre. Because I have a sequel for Not For Her that I like started, but it is a vastly different genre. So I'm like, I want to connect the two more. So yeah, that's part of what I'm going to do. And I got about a page read through.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, that's just what I'm doing for this revision. And then for next revision, I had hired a sensitivity reader who gave me a lot of resources to read up on PTSD reactions, which she said the way that I wrote Jamie's PTSD was already fine and fair. So all the research and stuff is just to improve and to give him more reactions and experiences that don't, I don't want to say mirror my own, because like they don't, but like just outside of my own, like outside of me as my reference.
Yeah.
So that I look forward to that. Sorry, go ahead.
So I had to go check. The reason my camera turned off is I realized it was Wednesday, which is when supposedly street sweeping happens on my street, and I've already gotten one ticket for my car. It's the first ticket I've ever gotten. It was for fucking having my car on the street. So I was like, oh god, because it's like $73. But I didn't have a ticket, but that's why I disappeared. And so I was like, this is gonna not ruin my day, but definitely knock me down from my high, not actual high, high point. And then I came back and was trying to. Then my mom wanted to call to chat because I got the gig that I interviewed for, and I'm very, very excited about it. I can't say much about it because I don't want to get in trouble.
NDA.
Yeah, but I'm so excited. But I am excited that I've gotten my first official gig in Los Angeles, or as a graduated person. So I chatted with my mom a little bit, and then I've decided I have my vampire novel that I'm really excited for, but I'm not super familiar with the genre of vampire romance, and it is definitely a romance. So Sam and I have chatted about I'm gonna like read a bunch of vampire romance novels to kind of get familiar with the genre. So if anyone has any recs, let me know.
I too am going to read a bunch of the vampire romance novels that I found for her.
I thought you were gonna be like, I have recs, and I'm like, I know, Sam. We were on the
phone. Okay, so the thing was, CB asked me for recs, and I was like, here's the thing. I read more werewolf romance. I watch vampire romance. So I did some research. Also, like, I've just read so much fucking shit. Sometimes I look up lists of things to see what I've read. And so, and I found someone, like, I'm looking at this list to maybe recommend things to CV, and I'm like, and I'm gonna read that one, and I'm gonna read that.
Good. This also sounds good. So I've placed the vampire to the side as I do research, but I still love the story. I'm very excited about it, but I just need to become more familiar with the genre and romance writing in general. And I've looked back at Storm's Heir, and I read through the outline, but the outline is it was supposed to be a detailed outline, but it is a rough outline. And I've realized that, I think I talked about this last stream recently, I need to split it into 2 books, or a longer book, because the original idea was Storm's Heir. It was supposed to be a standalone to prove myself that I can do a standalone. But now now I have the vampire thing for standalone. I don't really need to prove my writing ability to myself anymore, because I
get that.
I've written a lot, and like projects for school and all sorts of things. I'm like, oh, okay, I can do the thing. And people like the thing when I do it. Just my grades reflect that. So I'm putting like really going back into it and being like, oh, I'm rushing through this story. Like, the outline is so rushed through. Like, I had a friend, a like critique partner, look through it and be like, clearly you have more going on in your head than what you're writing down here. Like, I don't understand what's going on here. And I'm like, I don't know if I completely understood what was going on between just going, okay, they're doing this, and then they're doing that, and they're doing that, and here's another story idea, versus being like, this is a progression of a narrative, and how it culminates. It just kind of like cuts off halfway, because I was like, oh, I have to finish the book. Like, this is the end of book 1, but I'm like, no, I need to give this its due time. So I went through and read the outline, and now I'm going to go back and read through the like 15K that I've written. But the first chunk of it is basically pulled directly from a script that I wrote that was Storm's Heir. So it needs to be fleshed out too. So I'm going in with my scalpel and my tongs and just being like, to the story. So that's what I'm working on.
Okay, we're going to catch up on chat now.
Mm-hmm.
I just got here. Well, I started the stream over to check in the sound, and I did have to turn my phone down so slightly. My friend only slightly. I might I might do it the other way. Like I said, the only like downside to the other way is it doesn't fade out, but we may just finish the song.
If we take the audio clip and like put it in editing software and just lower it and then
that's just wait.
Just send it to me, I'll do it.
I've
been trying to figure out how to do audio editing.
That's fair. It can be your project to fix.
Okay, I'll do it.
So I just had a 12K day, so not Jack friend, not going to write, nothing unless it's fanfic. That's fair. But I'm here to like the stream and keep up for the watch time.
Thanks.
Hell yeah.
And we have our chatting bits. Hey. Hi, Rowan. That's another thing I want to work on. My lesbian fairies. The main character in that is named Rowan.
I've been editing a video which was originally 41 minutes and is now 33, but I still have 21 minutes to go through, so that number should drop some more, which will be good for a first go through. Yeah, that's really good.
What kind of video is it?
Yes, what is the video? I got here pretty late, so I only did 53 words, but I wasn't planning on writing today. So you are already 50 words ahead of your goal.
Yeah.
Got the stats figured out and got it uploaded to Drive, so I can't lose the whole thing again. Oh, yes, very important.
Oh, Sam, could you make a poll, because on the thing, if I'm allowed to commandeer your polling for saying what days people are available to, if I were to host one more, like a stream on my channel for writing sprints, very similar to WIP Wednesday, but either solo of myself or other people, not just Sam. See what days to watch or guess, you know. But because I want to stream more, and I'm thinking of making videos again. I have a whole list. The list has 2 things on it, but it is a list. But I don't know what kind of content I want to make. Not solely just writing stuff, I think, anymore. But I don't know. So it's a whole new era of CB. I also briefly did think of changing CB to just go by my actual name. But don't worry, guys.
You want me to add Thursday in here or no, since I might be starting that one back up?
If you're starting that back up, then no.
Okay. I was going to say, you could still do it on Thursday, just edit it in a different time.
Yeah, but I want to reserve people's writing energy.
Monday, Tuesday, Friday. Do you want Saturday, Sunday?
Yes, Saturday and Sunday as well. Well, not Monday. You have your Monday streams. I don't want to do it another day where it's like our audience gets out their stream.
It worked out because you're only allowed 4 options on the poll. Okay. So this works.
Only have the capacity for watching 1 stream a day.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, it's good to know your limits.
I have launched someone in particular into a emotion over saying that CB is not my actual name.
Again, he goes through this emotion once a quarter.
this emotion was just screaming.
Oh no, he goes through that emotion multiple times a day.
I know.
But I wish for you to go see the title of my poll. Also, everybody, with the WIP Wednesday, we have little questions during the working thing. Whether or not these questions will be the same every week depends on, as always, our mood. But like the question for the first one was just, what's everybody working on? Because I know sometimes
I don't want to stream without you. You would be my main guest, but I don't want to have to lock you in and diversify my channel.
It's because you were fumbling. You're like, a solo stream or streams when Sam's not streaming. And I was like, yes, without me.
Stream. Look, I'm not. It's mostly going to be Sam, probably. But
in case other people want to. It's fine. You can have other friends.
No, I can't.
I've been editing a video. I'm gonna try to get through really fast.
Timers making noise, but I can't hear you. Okay.
I'm starting a new YouTube channel surrounding the anime keychains, basically a personal project to share my new craft. No intention to sell them, just making them my own.
Okay. That's awesome.
But I'm launching the channel with 4 videos. They're all filmed. Now I just need to edit them. Nice.
Editing.
I put Saturday, but any of them other than Friday works.
Oh.
Okay. Now, we must away. Hello.
Hello. I'm trying to move off of my school Microsoft account, but I realized I liked writing in Word more than I liked writing in Google Docs because Google Docs doesn't do dark mode.
There's a word for web.
Yes, but I don't know. But I have to get my personal Word account, like redo the password.
I just in my Dropbox, I can now open things on Word on Web, so I'm like, I never have to worry about anything again. So,
yeah, but for some reason, it's like freaking out on me. Let's see.
I need everybody to know that somehow this sentence still exists within this story, despite its many, because this story has been through multiple revisions, critique partners, a beta process, and a sensitivity read. And the sentence has still lived somehow. With the deep sigh, he took back the screwdriver to remove the screws of the screws in the stirring column and get to the access panel.
Wow.
Oh no! I'm still alive. I'm about to murder it. What? I was like, what are we doing? I did get about another page is done, so I am pleased with this.
Nice.
Also, although I did tell Fox he was not allowed to critique, I'm like, I do still want to know if you like or dislike any of the changes. And so far, there is one he disliked. It was some dialogue. I changed it back. And then there's one he is unsure about, which I'm like, honestly, I don't know if I'm going to keep that one. That's really just a placeholder to remind me that I got to think about it. So, here we go. This is where we were. Oh yes, the question for the thing was like, have you read or anything for research for your like genre or project lately? Have not read for writing research in a long time. I've Googled some stuff and there's a topic or two that I could probably use some reading research for in my WIP. That's fair. Just didn't have the time in the day to write and do the deep research for it. I feel that. Did some reading and feedback for CB. Oh yeah. Is this the? Are we allowed to ask / know if this is the CP who told you don't know what the fuck's going on, but I like it?
No, this is not. Rowan is reading for Atreus, my thesis.
Oh, okay.
And it's already somehow there is a typo on the first page where I just didn't spell it. Like the character's name is Vanessa, and I just wrote Vanessa. And somehow through so many fucking rounds of edits from me and my professor, neither one of us caught it. And then Rowan's like, hey, typo. And I was like, no, this must be an old draft or something. I'm looking like, nope, that's the most recent draft that I just.
I mean, I feel Vanessa instead of Vanessa getting through is far more understandable than what I read. Which, to be fair, I probably changed it because of some beta readers who were very knowledgeable / picky about Jamie hotwiring a car. Fucking my husband, he's like I'm trying to describe an ugly Ultima. He's all like, Ultimas didn't come in this paint job. I'm like, what the fuck?
In this universe, they do.
I'm like, please tell me an ugly color Ultimas came in. Which, I'm only, just for clarity, I'm not sassy like that to my betas. That is just because it was my husband and he was one of my critique partners. Yeah. I'm sassy as fuck to my CPs. What he's doing is he tried to, because there's different ways to hotwire old cars and whatnot, and his first attempt was just to shove the screwdriver in the ignition, and that didn't work, so he had to take it out to start unscrewing things.
Okay. I don't know how to hotwire a car.
I
Yeah,
did quite a bit of research on how to hotwire old cars because I was like, I didn't know anybody would care. Like at first I just left it vague.
Yes.
I was like, and then he did some things to like hotwire the car. But I had several betas who were like, but how did he do it? And it's all like, you need to be more specific. I'm like, do I?
He did it the way that people hotwire cars on the TV.
Apparently,
just they pop it open and then they go, then they look up and then they go, and it works.
Gritty. So you know what? They're getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm done with the WIP and have the stats done and everything, I had to find the book I had started reading a while ago and read 16 pages. Nice. Which book are you reading?
Yeah, what book are you reading? Along with
it doesn't sound like Scum Villain. The only research I've done is staring at a book I want to buy and trying to justify the $100 purchase by coming up with a story, but I don't yet have that story or the money for the purchase. What?
The book is $100? Is it? I don't even know what kind of book would be $100. Is it a signed book? Is it gold plated?
Well, okay. Special editions could, be $100. If it's for research, I'm trying to think. Like it could be a textbooky type thing.
Oh.
Or like a compendium. I can see how a book would be $100. I just want to know what the book is.
I don't see how a book could be $100.
It's called Opium and
Absinthe
by Lydia Kang.
That sounds faintly familiar. Along with fist fighting Microsoft, I caught up with an old friend who is finally answering texts after I attempted to text for the past 9 months and didn't respond. Just like, oh, it's so good to hear from you. And I'm like, oh, so you are alive. And invited them to the get together I'm having this, or my roommates and I are having this Friday. They didn't even know I was in LA. They're in LA now. I was like, I know you're dumbass. Affectionate dumbass. But I did start reading through Storm's Heir and going, expand upon this, because I'm still in the part.
You're not limiting yourself anymore, and it is an epic fantasy, so.
Yes, and I'm in the sections that were written as a script. So there's a description where Rye runs into his own childhood home and his mother's there strapping on armor, and it's said in the most clinical way that I wouldn't even put it in a script. And I'm like, girl, what were you thinking? This must have been one of the times where I overcorrected in my writing, because it took me a while to balance between novel writing and script writing. Mm-hmm. And I overcorrected quite a few, in different areas till I found it. I think I found it now. I'm still learning, but this is definitely way too impersonal.
I remember that era, that semester. That was 2 semesters ago. 2 or 3.
2 or 3. Yeah, it was definitely my first year at Ithaca, my first year of writing classes. For script writing. And so I'm just going through expand, and then here and there I'll be okay, I'll just restructure the sentence real quick. But I want to get all the way through it before I go back and start expanding. And I'm going to be switching over to the Word because it's just easier on my eyes.
That's fair. I'm going to go on a small related but unrelated tangent in which I found, this video was recommended to me by YouTube. That's essentially the Mormon writer trend or genre. And it's how female Mormon authors tend to write romance, especially supernatural romance. Mm-hmm. And male Mormon authors write a lot of epic fantasies with this. Part of the reason that they can is that they go off on missions to other countries, and they're just, I'm like, wait a second. And it's funny because watching the video, she part of what she says is she's like, and I guess that, going and living in these other cultures and stuff and learning about cultures with beliefs and stuff outside your own helps with writing epic fantasy. And I'm like, you don't say.
Yes.
I have more reason to be jealous of Brandon Sanderson because apparently he did his in Korea.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, regardless of how anybody feels about Brandon Sanderson, I am massively jealous of or envious of certain things he has achieved in his lifetime. He owns his own movie theater and bookstore connected, and I'm like, this is what I want. I can just, hey, leave that alone.
It's interesting.
No.
I want to travel, but that's just like normal for everyone or most people. But yeah, I think it would help with writing. Obviously, this is not a groundbreaking thing I'm saying right now.
For those of us who can't afford to travel, also immersing yourself in the media of other cultures and learning about their history helps with your world building. But I was.
I like medias from other culture. You know this.
I know you do. I'm still salty about the video. I'm going to be salty about it for a while.
The video said it's like, did it say it as it was like some groundbreaking thing?
No.
Okay, good.
And like in fairness, the point of the video wasn't that. It was a bunch of other things. And like there's a lot that can be said and that, you know, should be said about the like the Mormon like religion and their influence in fiction and everything. I will say that like Brandon Sanderson, he's apparently a liberal Mormon, and he writes a lot of narratives. From what I have heard, he writes a lot of genuinely feminist narratives about people breaking gender roles and stereotypes and overthrowing gods and questioning old religions. And I'm like, I'm here for that. But also, sir, this is not sir. He doesn't act like it, but some people act like this is groundbreaking stuff, and I'm like, like they're catching up with the rest of the world.
He has taught a couple college classes. I forget where.
At a Mormon college. It's like at the Mormon college.
Okay, he records them all, or records a lot of them, posts them on his YouTube channel, and I really like his ones on world building. They're like long lectures though, and I feel like I should be taking notes. Like when I've put them on, I'm like, oh, I'll do dishes, and I ended up just like sitting there, just like, okay, like reaching for my notebook and stuff, going into like student mode, and I was like, wait, I'm not in school. But I think they're interesting. I like different takes on world building and stuff, especially if it's not something
potentially may not want to support him, as he does pay tithes to the Mormon church, and they have a lot of anti-LGBTQ things.
Yes.
Which when he's asked about it, his like response is I will give him this as like a personal growth thing. He used to not support LGBTQ, but then like when his readers and stuff talked to him about it, he did like some soul searching. And so he personally supports the LGBTQ, but then like when asked about why he still supports the Mormon church, which is aggressively against the LGBTQ, he quotes this one doctrine that's like I can't remember it, but essentially he's just like, it's like judge them by the fruits of their labor. So basically he hasn't had any negative interactions with the church, therefore it is what it is. And that like there's another doctrine he quotes, which is he doesn't understand all things, but like it's sort of like a shoulder shrug, as I don't agree with it, but, and I'm like, but you make millions and you pay tithes, which I believe in the Mormon church is 10% of your income.
I do not know enough about Mormonism and Brandon Sanderson.
This is neither here nor there. I've read one thing by him, and I was discomforted by some things in the narrative, so I have not read anything else.
Yeah, I haven't read any of his books. My dad has. I think he really likes it. The thunder is so intense.
Did it
you not hear? Do you not hear the thunder?
I can. I'm just used to
Oh.
ignoring it.
Okay.
Wait, why is that one? Hold on.
Wait, what?
How dare you?
Yeah,
I'm starring this Bella. We will come back to it.
cool.
I need to know, was that still muted for y'all, or did it scare the daylights out of you like it did me?
It was still muted.
Okay. Whew.
I opened up like a million tabs, so I was trying to find you. And Taylor Swift in the background. Oh, my leg's asleep. My leg is so.
Don't let Taylor copyright strike me.
It's Shake It Off. So it's even one of her like biggest songs.
Well, they'll never find it. Nope.
In the middle of the Shake It Off section. Or no, I think it was Lightning on Her Feet, which is funny because I'm working on Storm's Air. Lightning storm. Oh my god, my foot's so asleep. What was I doing that? Oh, I got a really good neck crack out of it. If anyone was caught that. I like my shoulders, I had my like I was scooted back and my keyboard was scooted forward in my phone. So I was sitting at my desk like this, which is not good. So right here is like super tense now. I've like fixed it, but I'm still super tense. So I was like, oh, let me stretch my neck a little. And then I'm like, stretch, click. And I was like, oh, that feels good. Let's just finish it. And then the other way, and there was click, click. And I was like, okay, I think that felt good. Because my neck didn't snap from me stretching it, but it was definitely like, oh, that was intense. But now my shoulders are definitely like, why'd you do that? And I was like, I don't know. I zoned out. I was focusing on copy and pasting.
I just did things. I was in the zone.
Yeah, I have his, you know, like keyboards, right? They're like this.
Yeah, I have the blue one. It's in the garage though.
Drop my keyboard. But so it's like all of this stuff to the side. And but I want it in the middle, so my arms aren't like this.
That's right.
I move the keyboard to the middle, but I use even though I'm left-handed, I use my mouse with my right hand. So now it's like this, but then I have to reach like over here for the mouse because there's the other half, like other third of the keyboard in the way. I'm like, this is not the most effective. But I don't use my mouse with my left hand because I type with like mainly my left. So it's, yeah. But yeah, I got through some more. I copied it all over, and then I copied over my notes to Word. And already it's just nicer on my eyes, it being in dark mode. And I got to page 7 of 44 in my skimming through and being like, hey, this isn't well written. But I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a little rough. I'm excited to get to the points where I wrote where it wasn't a script to hopefully feel a little better about my novel writing abilities again. But right now I'm just like, girly pop. No. Not in like a bad way, but just or like thinking poorly about myself, but in a way being like, okay, I keep reminding myself I wrote this like a year ago. Like, I've improved as a writer. It was a weird time for me as a writer because I was trying to like balance my styles. Like, this is okay. Be kind, that kind of stuff. While also being like, haha, we've been apart, we. So I definitely wish I had a printer with me so I could print it out and go at it with a red pen because that feels more relaxing. But so I might like pop by a Staples or stuff, but it's like 24 cents per page, which is going to add up really quickly. Especially because I have a printer just on the East Coast. What'd you say, Sam?
You should check out the library.
To print stuff?
Yeah, they only charge like, well, our library charged like 10, maybe 15 cents a page.
Oh, yeah, I'll check out that. Check out the LA libraries.
Yeah. So.
Or maybe the Writers Guild of America will let me print stuff out for free. I'm not a member, but I feel like that's something that they should allow.
You can join though. There's nothing preventing you from I think you have to pay member dues.
I think you have to have published stuff.
No, you can join, because I was talking to Laura about that.
Thanks, Tina.
Yeah. Was it Laura?
I don't know.
No, it wasn't Laura. It was my migraine buddy, Katie. I was talking to Katie about it because she recently joined, but I think like she's has a traditional publishing contract. So I was asking her if self-pub authors could in too, and she was like, yeah. And like they help self-pub authors and stuff get in like contact with resources and everything.
I registered Shadows when I printed it, when I published it, and it was being printed and sold and stuff. It was registered with them, so they would like have my back in copyright stuff. But I don't think I'm a member. Your library does free printing? Well, it's Canada. They're just nicer.
Hold on. We're gonna catch up on chat.
Sorry, I was responding to chat.
I know. I have zero idea if it's a scam or real. It's called The Book, The Ultimate Guide to Rebuilding Civilization, 500 plus pages of medicine, games, agriculture, weapons, inventions. 400 pages, not 500.
The $100 book? But
yeah.
But why would you buy that?
To teach herself how to world build.
Oh, it's I thought it was like
research.
I think you're pulling like a Dr. Stone and just gonna learn how to rebuild civilization, and I'm like,
Bella's gonna petrify all of us. And then only select few. Italy was so good for my inspiration. Getting to interact differently with people from different cultures was good for me. Yes.
That's cool.
Hey, yo, it's Atina. I am trying to book a massage after my move, but their gosh darn website keeps lagging? Reloading?
Endless cycle of loading.
Okay.
Anyways, it's not working. But yeah, now I feel like I need a massage. Not actually. It's too much money. Finished first round feedback for me and wrote another 100 words on the old lesbian Fleetwood Mac. Yeah. I'm gonna go check Rowan's notes next stream then, or next sprint.
RP, we allow you to not work on your WIP because your WIP is completed and you're in detox.
We're proud of you.
We are very proud of you. We're excited. For those who weren't here Monday, RP finished. He's procrastinating recruiting betas now.
Yes. Finished self-edits. I'm sure
if that would cost more or not.
Yeah.
From Canada.
Well, the other option is shipping my printer from Pennsylvania, which I think just buying a new printer would be cheaper.
Yeah. I was going to say, they've got portable printers, too.
Yeah. I have too much stuff I need to buy.
I think it's actually because the library got hacked last year, so they had to take down the printer payment service. It used to be like 5 cents a page, though. Yeah, generally libraries only charge enough per page that they can like afford to buy more paper. Basically an easy way to learn the basics of different things I have zero knowledge of as a baseline when I world build. See, my WIP now is reading this. Oh, he got us. His work in progress now is reading that book. Well played.
You have a free daily printing allotment with a library card. I have a library card of $6.25 with 25 cents a page.
You should sign me up for a library card with your library, and then you can use
an address here though, so I can print out 25 black and white pages a day. Mm-hmm. I could just wait till the following day, or just pay $5 to get another 25. Okay, so I might go to the library tomorrow or something. Not tomorrow. I have a lot going on tomorrow. But yeah, cool.
But yeah, with yourself so that you don't forget. I said, but schedule a day with yourself so you don't forget. Like, here's you need deadlines to work well, right?
Yes.
You have to print it before next WIP Wednesday.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah, so a bunch of my friends arrived from Ithaca in LA now, which is awesome. But I keep having things scheduled during the day that make it, but it's like a 40-minute drive to go visit them. Where I have something like around noonish, and then I'll have something in the evenings where it's just, or like the afternoons, where I'm like, it's enough time where it's really inconvenient to travel anywhere. Whatever I go do in between will be really rushed. And I don't want to do that. So Like tomorrow I have a lunch at 12:30 and then I have D&D at 5:30. So the lunch will probably be like 2 hours long and then it'll be 2:30, and it's not like I can go drive up to Burbank and back again and have more than like 45 minutes to hang out with my friend.
I used to have that issue before the kids became bus riders too. Like if me and my mom or someone were out running errands and then we look at the clock and it's like, we don't have enough time to go home.
Mm-hmm.
But we went to the school right now, we would be there forever.
Yeah. I forget what it was the other day, but I had a date and then I had like an hour of free time, and then I don't remember what the next thing was. Oh, I was picking up a friend from the airport, and I was like the airport's here and I'm here and the date was here. It was like 15 minutes and then 15 minutes. So I drove and did the date, and then it would have been 15 minutes home and then 15 minutes out again to get to that point. And I had an hour and a half before I went to pick up my friend from the airport. So I just stayed and like found a coffee shop and hung out for a while. For the half an hour that I would have just killed. Maybe like 45 minutes. That would have been I would have gotten like 15 to 20 minutes at home before I needed to head out again. So it was.
And you save gas that way, I think. If I processed your.
I did save gas.
Okay. What, baby? Oh my gosh. Put it in the closet, please. Thank you for saving your father's boot.
Puppy.
Well, laces are easy.
Puppy. Puppy. Sorry. You're not wearing headphones. The dog can hear me.
They can hear you, yeah. Occasionally, Riju will look at the computer and wonder why you're ignoring her.
I think you said Storm's name or something the other day, and Storm like fully turned around and was looking for you. Were on the phone and you started talking, and Storm like got up and came over and was like, "What's going on?
Who is that?" I would, yeah. Oh, that Tina using big brain energy. Yeah, Bella, look at the library for similar titles. One of my children they wanted to learn more about mythologies and stuff, and I was like, finally, I can introduce you to the kids' mythology section.
Tina beat me on being a stream mod.
I have my first D&D session on Saturday. So exciting.
Oh, ooh, yeah. Exciting.
Ooh, Tina, I love that.
Sam and friends and I are starting a D&D game, and I'm preparing for it. But I don't have to buy the book now. I was going to buy the module, but my dad apparently D&D Beyond does this like educators grant as well, and my dad applied for it. I think he went on like a grant applying spree. And so he got it, and part of it is getting this module. So he's like, "Don't buy it. I'll get it soon." And I was like, "That's great. I do want to start playing at some point, though."
Like, Father, I need it now.
Yeah, and it's just $15, but it's $15 you don't have to spend. So I'll give it a couple weeks, like 2 weeks, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm just gonna buy it.
You're like,
and then we'll probably get it the next day.
You're like, it's just $15. My brain starts telling me all the things I could buy with $15.
I know, that's why I haven't bought it yet. It's a pre-made campaign. Yeah. I am DMing.
RP is actually in the server. I just don't think you found that channel yet.
I don't know if it's available for everyone to see that channel. It is?
It's not a private. What Discord does is if you don't manually go check out a thread or somebody doesn't like tag you, it just doesn't show it to you by default to prevent people from getting overwhelmed with all the things.
People can join it. Only like 1 or 2 more people, but people can join it. I mean, they already know, but we're doing Dragons of Stormwreck Isle. And it's Sam, Chris, Tina, Matt, and I.
Chris and I have adopted. Well, okay, we have adopted Matt. Our characters, I think, are his actual parents. We're not sure yet. it's up to him as to whether or not he wants to be a crossbreed between a water genasi and a tiefling, or if he just wants to do his own thing.
To be
Either
adopted.
works for our background.
But they're like the parents, and they've all lived on a farm their entire life. But now Matt, the child, is off adventuring.
I'm so looking forward to Midwestern mom ranger tiefling
Yeah.
energy.
Wait, this is our last stream? Damn, our last sprint?
It is.
Oh shit. But yeah, and then Tina's just like the friend. All right, let's sprint.
She's gonna be my mom friend because she's also racing someone.
Amazing! I'm so excited.
We're back.
No, we've been back for quite a few seconds. I can't click any buttons. While that was happening, my main light died. Just because it ran out of battery, it needs to be plugged in and charged. But it's lasted like 4 streams without charging, so that's perfectly fine for me. And I have 2 of them, so I can like charge one while the other is in place. I got, let's see.
My sister got a job.
Yay!
Which is not to call her after.
Which sister? Older or the middle or younger? I got 2 pages worked on, but they needed work or read and like commented to expand, and then I actually did some little bit of edits. I was like, why did I get so little done? That because it was only 15 minutes. Yeah, and then I just got an email from my professor that I had to respond to. But, ta-da! That's what I did. What did you do, Sam?
I got about half a page read. So I'm at the bottom of page 4 of 9. So I got 3 pages done because the first page is just the title and the log line. So I got like almost 3 pages done of rereading, revising, and sprinkling in the hints of a supernatural genre.
Nice.
So
a supernatural genre.
Yeah, like in the sequel, she's a witch, I guess. I don't know. So,
and her sister was a witch.
Like, I'll send you a screenshot of the little thing. I like became obsessed with a specific song and had this idea just in my head, and then somehow it transformed into being Lita and Jamie, the sequel. So
okay.
Now I have to connect the. Well, I don't have to because honestly, it still could have worked. But I want to.
So. Yeah. So that's what I got done. Oh, and then I said hi to RP because it was led to the campaign.
Yes, RP said because he's a nerd and loves hearing what other people do in the crazy game that we all enjoy.
Right.
All the D&D things reminded me I need to do planning for the campaign I'm running for my friends on Tuesday. Well, they just finished a huge milestone fight that took 2 full sessions. Holy shit. And now I have to figure out how the results will impact the rest of the world.
This is a homebrew, right? I feel like you've mentioned you're doing homebrew before. Yeah, she's very cool. I just got really tired all of a sudden. I mean, it's 7 almost, but
just another reason for moving WIP Wednesday back to
10 a.m. So I can start it tired.
Which means next week I might be back in the garage to stream.
Yes.
The youngest and I still have, it's still like half her storage room right now. Just because she and I have not felt like dealing with it.
Don't want to go into the icy wastes.
Yeah, but now I have to go in to at least clear a path.
My teacher's like, hey, can you meet at 2:00? So I'll be finishing WIP Wednesday at 1 and then immediately hopping in the car and driving to Burbank. So fun.
Nice.
Fun.
Next week is your week to host it.
What? I'll be over.
Next week is your week to host with Wednesday.
Yes. So I'll have to. It'll be over on my channel for people unaware. Yeah. Trolls are a pain in the
homebrew. And yeah, trolls are a pain in the butt to fight, and it takes for. Oh yeah, they are. For 11 characters to fight 7 of them.
Yeah, I can see how that would be.
My first fight where there was a troll involved, I was Pepper's original iteration It's a half-orc cleric
Okay.
of the goddess of luck.
Okay.
And I asked the DM, I'm like, can she have razor, like, because it was one of the types of one of the editions where clerics were not allowed piercing or slashing weapons. You were only allowed blunt. So I was like, can I have gauntlets with razors on them? And he was like, you know what? I'm gonna let it happen. And so because everyone else was iterations of elves, well, not everyone. We had a human fighter too, but basically they were like all long range and stuff, and stayed very far away from the melee. So I got up in there, and she's just gutting this troll faster than it regenerates.
What was the results of the poll? I can't find out the results unless I click on it, and I don't want to mess up the.
Sunday or Saturday? Saturday is 38. Sunday and Friday have 25. And then I'm ending the poll, so it'll pop up.
Oh. Neat. Not Tuesday.
Screenshot it to you.
Thanks. So Saturday. That'll be okayly divided. I might end up doing 2, but I'm gonna start out with 1.
Banter. Yes, child.
Not banter.
Yes, my stream ends in 3 minutes.
God, I just got so tired all of a sudden. I think it's because the light went out. So my brain's like, oh, light out. Time to go bed.
So you're a bird.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it's all birds or just a specific type of bird, but you put like the thing over the cage and then they're like, oh, it's nighttime. And they go to sleep.
It's me. Caw-caw. No, my lighting is like ominous. But
all right. Everybody sounds like they got some fun stuff done today. Yeah. It is very nice to be back working on writing again.
Mm-hmm. We'll be on my channel next week, and then Sam will be on her channel the week after. I will not be there because I have a job. I have a gig, not a job.
Yes.
So I'll be back the next week.
Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. The 1st is our book.
Yes.
Our book
talking about Scumville and Self-Living System.
Volume 2.
You guys still have time to read both of them.
Yep, next week during my Monday stream, y'all are gonna see me. I'm gonna be like, I gotta read my 100-something pages of the day.
Yeah, I started reading. I recorded a couple of minutes of me doing it before I realized my mic was backwards.
That's okay. My mom was, when I told her that I needed to read the Scumvillains, she was like, oh, let me know if you need my Kindle password. And I'm like, I already have it, but thank you.
I don't need it, but I am using it.
Like, I shall use it. Thank you. And I did, and I signed in, and she has the Lost Tomb series and a couple other things. I'm like, Mother, what have you been up to? But then I also thought about it, and my mom and my dad share an account, so the Lost Tomb might actually be my dad's series.
Rowan gets it. Scumville and My Beloved. Yes.
Yes. I enjoyed the first one.
I'm glad. The second. I'm so excited.
I have no opinions on the second yet.
So yeah.
Other than the Korean boy who was reborn. I refuse to believe he's older than.
He's Chinese, but yes.
Sorry, the Chinese boy who was reborn. I refuse to believe is older than late teens.
I started reading volume 2 and I was looking at it. I'm like, oh yeah, yep. I was reading a fan fiction and it was from his perspective, and he's like, yeah, as soon as he left, or like as soon as he became an older teen, he looked at younger teens and continued and viewed himself as an old man. I was like, see, they get it. This person, he refers to himself as an old man, but that's just because he's a fucking nerd. I referred to people like a year younger than me as a baby.
She does.
Like a child.
That's wild.
That's just the way. And I've been doing that since I was 17 or whatever.
Let us away now.
Sam and Horace. Bye.